Good morning, students. Today I am going to discuss how to measure the time taken by a Python program. So you have a time function in your library, okay? So we will use that time function, okay? Now let us see a sample program. If you want to get the time, you want to use the time function in your program, you have to import the time module first. So first of all you should write import time, and then the start time has been recorded using a variable say start, and here I am just calling the time function of time module. So I am writing start equals to time dot time function, okay? And let us take r equals to 0. This is red mark part. This red mark part is the actual program. We are taking a variable r which is firstly initialized to 0. Then we are giving a for loop over here, nested for loop. So I am writing here for I in range 400 and for n in range 400. So in total this nested for loop will run for 4 into 4 16 1,60,000 times, isn't it? 4 fours are 16 and then 4 zeros, okay? So inside it we are writing r equals to r plus I into n, and then we are writing print r. End equals to, again just like start, we have to end the program. So I am writing here end equals to time dot time, and then we print end minus start. So this will provide you the output, okay? So this is the value of r after the for loop. This is the value of r. This is the value of r, and the time taken to execute this is given by 0.1248 and a large number, okay? So this is how you may measure the time taken to execute a particular Python program. Please note down the program in your copy, and of course the output also. So it is very simple to get the idea of taking the time, okay? Now we may compare the time efficiency of the program. See, again with the help of the time function, okay? We are taking two programs. The first program is like this: import time, and then start. Inside start we are writing time dot time function. We are calling this, and then we are entering a number, and for I in range 2 comma a divided by 2 plus 1 if it's a prime number program, prime number checking program. And then we are ending this using end equals to time dot time function, and print end minus start. I am giving here enter number 5. The number is prime, it is showing you the result, and lastly it is showing you the time taken to execute this particular program, okay? Now come to the second program, that is also taking a program of prime number checking. Enter number, and it is also checking a prime number by using some other algorithm, okay? So similarly we are going to check whether both the program is yielding same result or not. Now here it is also checking the prime number program, but this time the time taken to execute is more than the previous one. It is showing you 1.9, and here it is showing you 1.6. So which algorithm is better? This particular, the first algorithm is better time efficient, isn't it? Because it is taking less time than the other one. So in this way we can decide which algorithm to prefer. So it is much faster. The first algorithm is much faster than the second one, so we prefer that algorithm. So in this way, using the time function, you may measure the time efficiency of any of the algorithms, okay? Now last day. So here we are finishing our idea of efficiency algorithm. Okay, algorithmic efficiency. This is basically a theoretical chapter. Still, I would like to tell you that to run these 3 programs discussed today. Okay, please run it in Pydroid and show me the screen setup. That's all for today. From the next day, we will start data structure, an important part of your syllabus. Thank you very much.